Brace yourself, Agnes, it's that time of year again.
Hey there, my name is Althan, and this is the Fabricator. So, as you can see, I am back at it again with the legs. Not really, they're done, except for the armour, which I will put on later, because I've built them in several different sub-assemblies, and it's really just a case of me cutting out bits and bobs of the main body assembly and just putting them together. That's all I can really say, and there's not really much for me to comment on except for just a play-by-play analysis of bits and bobs that I put together. I don't think you want 17 odd minutes of that shit. I don't know about you, but I can't stand being around me, even at the best of times. And it's true, I hate myself. Anyway, so we're here building the Imperial Knight, and as you can see, I'm having a bit of trouble sticking some of the bits in because I apparently had a brain hemorrhage at the time of recording this footage, and I'm dry fitting them first to make sure they go in, because I don't want to glue something that isn't supposed to be there, and then that'll fuck things up later on. For some reason I have a problem with the glue, with the plastic glue. It always dries inside the thing, and that's why you can see a little bit of heat distortion on it, because I always have to fucking burn the shit out. And for some reason, a lot of people in my circle of friends seem to think that as I'm abusing solvents, and that's not the case. I'm just clearing the pipe with fire. I'm already on antidepressants. I don't need to sniff glue to not want to carve my own face out with a fucking spoon. Anyway, so it's the main assembly of the upper body, the chest area of the Imperial Knight. And I'm going to say this again, I love the Imperial Knight, just so far, like, building it, even though there are a few frustrating bits, like with the heavy stubber and the ion shield, which we'll get to in a bit. It's been a fun experience. It's the first, like, proper project I've really gotten into. And I'm taking my time with it, because I don't want to rush it. I want the, like they always say, your first time is always special. And, yeah, it was certainly special. I think I've listened to Miracle of Sound's Man and Machine 9 or 7 times. What was it called? No One. That's also one of his new tracks. A song about Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. I've listened to that about 500 times. Because I just have a playlist and it plays on repeat. And it's just music and, you know, little things I can listen to and just get into the groove. And that's why there's no audio, because you really don't want to hear me butchering Gavin's awesome work. Yeah, fun. Anyway, that's the mounting for the face. Well, for the head, for the face, and it'll get to a point where all I really do is I just put things on, and then I'll just glue things on, and then I'll glue things off, and then I'll glue things on, and then I'll cut more bits out, and then glue them on. And it's one of those. It's really just as simple as you can get. And I'm doing a bit of cleanup as I go, and really it's those fucking eagles. I alt-tab just in the middle of recording because I got a notification from someone else. Those fucking eagles can kiss my ass, I swear to fuck. They're like, just... How can something so fiddly be so important? And actually, I'll ask that again when we get to the heavy bolter. No, for the heavy stubber even. My bad. And yeah, I'm pretty much sat there, either cutting things out or observing, and it's like I said, it's just going to be me play by play talking about the building, and for some that might be helpful, but while recording, in my mind I'm screaming fucking advice. Just fucking talk about something else, you can't. And the other half of my brain is like, fucking, what happens if you feed jelly to a jellyfish? Does it explode? And yeah, so that's always fun. So I'm putting together little exhaust chimney things, and really that's all I can say about this part. I do like the little mountings on the side of the chest, like where you put the thing and where you mount the armor plates as well. I like the little sort of the skeletal nature of it, and it looks pretty cool. And with the armor plates on, it'll look even cooler. And I am following Duncan's advice of four different sub-assemblies, so the legs, the chest, the weapons, and the armor. And that's just for ease of painting. And if you follow me on Instagram, like I said on the last one, not a shameless plug or anything, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know it's already primed. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to painting it, and it should be fun. I normally have fun painting things like this, mostly because I have a painting playlist. Two, in fact. One is private because it just has just random bits, and I use it to save videos as well. Because my watch later playlist is fucking filled with shit I don't want to watch. And the head. I don't like the head on its own, but some of the face places you get, with the exception of that weird skull one, I think it's the Mechanicus one, I'm not a big fan of that one. But the other two are pretty cool. You got like the nice sort of like standard Crusader, just sort of slit helm with a. I think it's on screen in the reference image for the Knight Paladin I have on screen on the right there. That's the one I think I'm going to be going for, and the other one is sort of like a Mandalorian Greek T-visor type thing, and I like that one as well. But I prefer the slitted one. And so, as you can see, I am contemplating killing myself over these little fiddly things. Seriously, I swear to God, I cannot stress this enough. Make sure you have fucking propanolol or Xanax or something on hand to deal with the fallout of these fucking fiddly shits. Kill me, please. Anyway, I'm now taking the bits out for the heavy stubber, and yeah, as I've mentioned before, it's going to be an Imperial Knight Paladin, and for the sole reason of that, the Paladin's battle cannon just for some reason makes me very erect. I just love it. It just looks like something a knight would have. I mean, the thermal cannon is pretty cool as well, but I've never really been a big fan of Melter. Ever since that one match against my mate Jacob, who he had 3 stealth suits deep strike in behind my Land Raider, Tau versus Templars, and his Tau, one Tau stealth suit with one shot of a melter basically destroyed my Land Raider, and I didn't have a very good time of that. And since then, that Land Raider has been sat at like the very back of my cupboard, because it will sit there until it learns what it has done. That fucking shit. And so will the Chapter Master in that match as well, because he took out 9 of his own fucking men. Which was fucking fun. So, I am sticking together the... I'm having a whale of a time with the fucking heavy stubber, and I will be thankful if I would never see one of those little bastards again. And it's... there's not much else to say, to be honest. For the building of the main chassis, anyway. because I'm sure after this, after I assemble the ion shield assembly, after I build that and stick it on, I then go to the actual weapons. And I was actually going to put the weapons in a separate Fabricator video, but decided to stick it in with this one just to get the building out of the way, because I know the painting is the some of the fun part. I mean, building it is quite fun as well, and so posing it as you're building it. But it the painting is a lot of fun as well. Got to admit. The one thing I'm not looking forward to on the painting is the banner hanging between his legs, and maybe the ion shield, because you've got to put like heraldry and shit on that as well. And I'm not really looking forward to that for the prime reason of I fucking hate banners anyway. I'm awful at freehanding. Please send help. But yeah, I'm doing a little bit of posing just to see like how the chassis is going to be turned, and I think I settle for maybe that pose. I think I settle for that pose, and as you can see, I'm assembling. I think that's the Reaper chainsword. Yeah, it's the chainsword, and the chainsword is pretty badass. I mean the power fist is pretty tasty as well, but that doesn't come in the Paladin box, as we all know. And fuck my life. So while it's assembling, I'm not going to have a lot of free time in the coming 12 months, and that's going to be very fun. But I will endeavour to even just like wee vlog type things like this. A Fabricator video at best probably takes me about 2 hours overall. Like say it'll take about an hour to build and or paint a model, and then about 20 minutes to put it into editing, another however long the video is to record the commentary, and then God knows how long to upload it. But I won't have a lot of free time because I'm going back to uni. Well, that's pretty much pretty vague as well, because the fucking college I used to go to won't get its fucking shit together. Took 2 hours to get a confirmation email. I sent them an email. 2 hours later, they went, "Cheers, we'll be in touch." 2 hours, for fuck's sake, Newcastle College. Anyway, yeah, fuck. Anyway, so I'm finalising the Reaper chainsword's assembly, and I like the look of the chainsword, but what I find a little off about the Imperial Knights is that the weapons are attached to the arms, and it's a little bit of a tactical fuck about. I mean, I know it's the Imperium and they have a certain way of doing things, but wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if they could hold the weapons? I mean, just like a Titanfall style thing, you know, where they've got like the battle cannon, you know, like holding the battle cannon like a fucking, you know, the holding it, and like the chainsword's just sort of like slung off to the side, you know, like on the hip or like on the back or something. Just, you know, it would look. I think that would look so much cooler, but that's just me. Obviously, the knights look cool enough as they already are. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun building this. I like the battle cannon because even though the thermal cannon for the Knight Paladin or Errant, I think it's called, yeah, the Paladin or the Errant, even though the thermal cannon is probably the objectively better choice in terms of wargaming, I prefer to have a little more. I tend to go for a more story-based approach, so they'll have it just because it won't be like, because in universe they don't really assume everything is built for tournament level out of universe. So, you know, you'd have like the assault cannon. It's probably It's not the best, but it is decent at what it does, and in universe it's a pretty beefy weapon. That's why my Deathwatch Venerable Dreadnought has an assault cannon rather than a plasma or a multi-melter or a las cannon. You know, it just I prefer to have my minis have the weapons I feel like their character would have, because I do think of I do think like the names and the characters and shit like that as I build and paint, because I'm a very narrative focused person, and they could always show up in fluff I write. And this is the assembly for the battle cannon, which I have mentioned before, that makes me very erect. I don't know why, but just fucking hell, look at that. Look at it. Just fucking beautiful, innit? Oh my god, that is a 10. That is worldy, that is. It's just got weird. Anyway, I'm assembling the thing, and actually looking at the knight right now, there is a slight problem with the battle cannon. It seems to be slightly wonked, but it's only if you know what to look for. You know, I don't think it's much of a difference, because it's still gonna fucking wreck shit. Anyway, so I'm now just dealing with the final bits. I'm then gonna slot the weapons on, do a little bit of test posing, and that should finish up the build. And like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know it's already fully built and ready to primed, ready to paint. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just fucking around with the pose, trying to find what's coolest. And for the Vanguard of Zelia, the build is complete. And remember, legends don't burn down villages.